On Focus today, we look at the work of Central Securities Clearing System PLC, a subsidiary of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And talking with me is the CEO of that institution, Mr. Haruna Jalo Waziri. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
The last time that you talked to us, I remember you mentioned the 3-year strategy policy of the CSS. And 1 year almost down the way, remaining 2 years. Could you review for us this 3-year strategic plan of the corporation?
Okay, thank you. You would recall that that strategy was developed by the board from an objective perspective, and that cascaded down to management where we developed our initiatives. The board has had decided that time that we would focus on 13 objectives, and the management drilled down on those 13 objectives into specific initiatives that amounted to about 84. Now, looking at the strategy and the horizon, it was supposed to be a 3-year horizon. We were supposed to use the first year as a foundation or base for us to catapult into the next 2 years. What we've done so far, looking at the 5 principles, which, if I may remind you, were optimize the operations of the company, focus on the customers essentially, use technology as a platform to improve on the services that we deliver, as well as partner with stakeholders to ensure that we deliver the service that we were. And the 5th, of course, not the least, would be that we return to shareholders. As you know, we're a PLC traded OTC at the NASD market. So that is the principles of how we wanted to achieve, for the 3 years, the objectives that we are trying to get to. So looking at what we've done this year, essentially when we aggregated, in the last 11 months, how far we've gone, measuring all of the things that we said we were going to do, I'm glad to say that we are about 70% of where we want to be. Understanding that some of the things we're doing are not to be delivered this year. They're mostly going to be delivered next year. But when we measure the progress of how we've gone, we would say confidently that we're about 70%. So
We've seen that so many shareholders in the markets, they now have great interest to move from paper work to electronic platform, and you will house all of that. Talk about the interest that you've been able to whip, the mind of our shareholders to be that alert on the electronic platform.
So what it is that, today is a day of instant gratification, instant messaging, instant news, and instant feedback. And realizing that people are getting used to this, they don't want to wait till end of day or till tomorrow before they have information in their hands. So right now we are building a mobile app that will deliver to each individual who is a client of a stockbroking firm that has an account with the CSCS, such that within that app, the individual can see all of their shareholding across all companies, across all other media partners. So if you have more than one stockbroker or 2 or 3, you should be able to see all of your aggregate accounts and some valuation or evaluation as at end of day, or will determine how that valuation will be done.
We've also noticed the great interest that international institutions have picked on your organization. To mention is this Capital Finance International. How was CSS able to attract the attention of this London-based organization?
So it's very simple. If you look at how our market trades today, about 45, 50 or 55% of, at any point in time, of the trades done at the stock exchange are done by internationals. Now, out of that volume, about 60% or thereabout comes from London. And so there would be interest in market infrastructures, there will be interest in markets themselves, there will be interest in processes. And so they're looking at, okay, if capital is flowing into Nigeria and the Nigerian capital market, who are the players in the market from an infrastructure perspective? It happens to be CSS is one of them. And so when we rolled out our strategic plan and focused on the steps we are going to take to make the market more efficient, I think we became under their radar. And seeing what we've done so far within the context of what we said we were going to do, I think they were quick to recognize that something is happening here, something good is happening, and we need to bring it to the attention of the market and recognize it.
But you think that on the general notes, this blockchain thing would be that fascinating to average market participants here?
So, you know, market needs integrity, market needs speed, market needs that the information that is available is readily available at the time that it should be. What blockchain technology brings is that all of those three are plus more. So in a market like ours where many a times people are suspicious of counterparties, which is why cost of trade is high, if you're able to successfully deploy such technology where, you know, everybody gets the same information at the same time, and when you change anything, everybody is aware of the change that occurs, I think is the second level of what's it called, transparency. And I can give you an example. Prior to now, when you used to have your bank statement sent to you every month, you cross-check with your checkbook to see, did I really write that check? Did it come through me? These days, you go to an ATM, you put your card, you withdraw money, you get instant alert saying, this is the amount removed from your account, and this is your balance. That's instant information. If we do the same thing using blockchain within the context of the settlement area, that's almost the same thing you're going to get. So today, you don't ask for your bank statements, do you? You don't need it because you already know instantly what your balances are and what transactions you're doing. That's what blockchain is going to do to our market subsequently.
We are approaching general elections in the next 3 months, and already we've seen market activities being downsized. From you as a regulator, you know, per se, what picture are you giving to us, say, in the next 3 months preceding elections? So,
you know, if you look at statistics over the last 4 or 5 cycles of elections that we've had in Nigeria, we see the same pattern over and over and over again. So it's not surprising that, you know, what we're seeing in the market is occurring because it happened the last cycle, it happened the cycle before. What people are typically afraid of, or investors internationally generally, is that can we transit from one point to the other with an election situation that would not lead to chaos or violence. What I see in our market is a temporary blip, and once we get over the jitters and the fears, the fundamentals of companies are still strong, albeit 1 or 2 industries are struggling. But I believe that you know, this is a temporary blip, and we'll probably see the end of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's leave it there. I've been speaking with the Chief Executive Officer of Central Securities Clearing System PLC, a subsidiary of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
But that's our package for you today on Business Week. I'll leave you with the graphics of the commodities market. I am Tolu Lokpe Ogunjobi. Join us again next time for a fresh edition. Bye for now.